Hey, my loves. It's a bit of background noise, so I hope y'all can hear me. Hold on, I'm gonna come a little closer instead of bringing y'all closer. So, good evening. It is Blue Full Moon Evening, which is very, very exciting. So, I have a combination of different cards and different oracle decks. My oracle, a little bitch deck, and the traditional tarot, and the illuminated tarot deck that we've been using the past couple readings, which I think are so pretty. I love these cards. Okay, but y'all, so let's just jump into it. Quick admin stuff. Obviously you're live here with Isis Lede Luz via Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram as well, Ti_the_goddess, okay, spelled regular GODDESS. So I hope y'all having a beautiful Sunday. It is gorgeous outside. I think it was like at least 2 to 3 days of back-to-back good weather here on the East Coast where I am currently located. Okay, regardless of where you guys are at in the world today, I love you. And we can all take some solace in knowing that we're all looking up at the same sky, essentially, even if we're in different time zones or cities or states. And collectively, energetically, all of us on high vibrations we're here with each other, right? So even if you're not catching this live and you're catching this another time, another day, I feel like there's been rolling my eyes because I feel like there's just been, as soon as I decided to get on here, right, I was trying to get on here earlier. Quiet down. I was trying to get on here earlier. And there was so much fucking noise. And I was like, but I have to do it outside because the full moon energy, like, I don't really want to do a reading at all inside. And it's one thing, like, construction, neighbors, and stuff like that. It happens, right? Excuse me, throat chakra issues, but clear that up. But it was just mass chaos ensuing, like, just as far as, like, car noises and all this stuff. And then there was, like, an event close by. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait till things calm down. And the energy seems a bit more relaxed. I shuffled all the new decks up that we're going to use. But I do have a couple of my big bitch oracle card decks in here that I pulled. So we're going to get into the pull that I did during the pre-shuffle earlier. Probably about, like, it's fresh, like 30 minutes ago. So it's really fresh. I just was like, what's going on under the full moon energy as well as June anticipation. So we're going to, a confirmation. We're going to probably pull some cards from the Little Bitch Oracle as well as the Illuminated Tarot confirmation to get some things going on and see what's going on for June. Okay, y'all? So let's get into it. It's $5 a question. My Cash App is below right there. And I do accept Apple Pay as well. Let me just put my email in here for Apple Pay. So it's my Cash App and my Apple Pay are listed here if you guys want to jump on and do, if you have any tarot question, it's $5 a question. If you wanted to give a gift or a donation, which your girl highly appreciates. Okay, for Apple Pay. Okay. So, and then Cash App link is below, right? Okay, so just making sure y'all be double checking myself. I'm such a Virgo. I check things like 6 times. Am I blind? No, whatever, I swear. It's another distraction. I want me to focus on something else instead of these cards, but it's a little too late for that. But when I started pulling, I was actually, this, for whatever reason, it seems relevant. I was listening to, I will tag it below when I finish here. But anyway, it was like, essentially, it was like Afrobeat style, affirmations. And, I was listening to, it was called like Rich Spirit Vibrations, and it was different, like Afrobeats, affirmations. So maybe there's information in these affirmations, but I was just sitting there. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And I shuffled the cards and I cleansed them, and I was doing like my crystal cleansing stuff for all of those of you out here that are spiritual or work with crystals, or my fellow light workers, healers, etc., amazingness, right? Getting ready to cleanse them, supercharge them and all that great stuff. It's like, oh my God, right? It's very exciting for those of us who do that. But it is a very special moon. I felt like I had to use my Illuminated Tarot deck because of the colors, blue and gold, very royal, very Virgo-esque. Okay, September Virgos. I don't know about August Virgos, but September. I mean, I'm not saying it to be smart. I really don't. Because I think your birthstone is by the month, not zodiac. So September, I know is sapphire, blue, throat chakra, third eye. There are a lot of infamous Virgos that are great with singing, dance, creativity, and communication. Master perfectionists, almost to the detriment of ourselves sometimes. But we, Virgos be in it to win it. So I did in the pre-shuffle see a lot of cards that corresponded with earth signs. So this could be a heavy earth in your chart or, right? Because I don't take signs super literal in readings, because to me, they could either represent what's needed or what's happening, right? So when I think of earth sign, I think of earth mother, I think of Gaia, I think of grounded, I think of the park, I think of nature, I think of natural, and then of course you have September, August. Like sometimes it helps in the reading label maybe when somebody was born, or possibly what element they have a lot in their chart. But again, I don't really advise y'all to like be dipping and dabbing and looking at other people's charts and all that other stuff. You just got bird just fly down. That's it. But yeah, y'all. So we are in good company. It's beautiful energy outside. So there are a group of people, it seems, right? Because this card says each other. So I don't know if I'm hearing 2 to 10. So there are 2 to 10 people of significance that are turning on each other and playing the blame game. This might be happening, blue matching my shirt. This might be happening with water signs or they're blaming each other due to some communication or maybe lies or maybe truths that are being told. There is some women in power, caution, misuse or abuse, bad fruit. They have masculine anger. They have like a very calcified third eye. They are insecure at the root here, deeply rooted brokenness, and they want medals for basically being greedy bitches. That's what this card illustrates. Okay, you see how they're insecure at the root chakra there. So maybe there's a fire sign element as well as the earth sign, water, and air, or a lot of earth references, and you gotta think too. So just like there's good sides to a Virgo, a Leo, a Sagittarius, a Pisces, a Aquarius, maybe all those signs are involved. But I mean, just like there's good and bad like elements to those signs, there's gonna be the flip side of it. So if as a Virgo, the good infrastructure might be like you are grounded, you're solid, you're trustworthy. The opposite of that for a toxic Virgo would be totally untrustworthy, totally unstable, totally egregious, totally not, you know what I mean? Like when I have been at times in my toxic Virgo bag, I'm a filthy beast bitch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So I can only imagine if that's like the full scale way you lived your life. Like I had maybe times I acted like that. I can't even say it was an error. It was probably times or particular people I was like that with. Not to even make an excuse and not be accountable. I was like that. Whatever reason it happened, it's not happening again. But that's me being a growing Virgo. A grounded earth sign, right? So this might be earth sign in general, which is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, which would be big January, May, April, August, and September vibes. So those months could be relevant, and we are leaving out of May right now. We did exit Taurus. I think we're in Gemini season. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't remember. I'm so bad with calendars. That's the only reason why I'm bad remembering like what placement is going on right now. But we are in a realm of balance. Okay, it's not Libra, but Gemini is an air sign, and air is like light as a feather. So, it seems like maybe they're turning on each other because things are happening about their misuse and abuse of power, and maybe they were cautioned about this, and maybe a fire sign is involved that cautioned them, or they need to take caution because things are hot like fire. I just heard Aaliyah hot like fire. Okay, so she was or never was divine. Cautionary tale walking me too. So this person, I want to say it's an earth or a fire sign, or they have heavy earth or fire in their chart. Maybe Leo, Sag, and Virgo, I just heard. So they are a walking meat suit. I'm geared to say this person was never divine, but maybe they put or a mask or had a certain image they upheld or tried to uphold that they were a divine person. But I feel like with that water smudge right there, that image is melting. They're melting. Okay. Now, maybe because of this malfunction, I just heard, I don't know, like they were operating like a Terminator. I don't know. They're having a malfunction. That's like machinery to me. So I don't know. Maybe that's a reference. Maybe somebody works on, I just heard utility vehicles and utility machines. So, like, what's that, like a forklift or something? I guess. I don't know. So maybe this person who has let's just say a mechanical or blue collar job with that reference. It could be any type of job, right? But that's the reference that's pertinent in my head right now. And or let's not be gender biased, right? This woman, it did say she was masculine, so maybe this is referencing the mechanics of her acting masculine, or maybe this references that she has a job that's deemed masculine, right? Like typically you see trash men, not trash women. Typically you see, plumbers that are men, not women, but diversify the roles. You know what I mean? Women are. I'm good with my hands. Like I don't have to be, but like there's plenty of things I know how to do, right? And it's not like a gender role thing anymore. I don't feel like so. Take that as it fits. I'm geared to say, because with the general collective energy reading, it's very vast, and that could be for all of you, right? But different segments of what I just said. So there is clearly a breakup. Now, with the rest of these cards, I don't want to jump ahead of the message, but with the rest of these cards, it feels like there's been a breakup, and the reason this is coming up in your energy is because maybe this person that Moses ignores Nefertiti, false flame, false court, like I'm hearing call off wedding engagement, confirmation. It says now on my YouTube notification, so maybe this is happening in real time. 96% on my phone, which would be 15 in the tarot, which is the devil card, 624 on the time, so that would be 12. 12 is like divine truth and clarity, and it's a number that reverts back to 3333 and 333, so the Holy Trinity. I feel like this person, maybe the Nefertiri in this is falling apart. So this is a biblical reference. So for those of you who don't know the story of Moses and Nefertiri, it was, or Nefertiti, I'm sorry, Nefertiri, not Nefertiti. Maybe maybe somebody was trying to be a Nefertiti, right? Like an Egyptian goddess, and there's monitoring spirits, y'all. It's like a little net that keep flying in my face. And then maybe somebody was a Nefertiri, right? So she was, if I'm not mistaken, a princess that became queen, she did become a queen. She of the Nile or whatever. She was under the pharaoh that, confrontation with Moses, and Moses' mom found him in a river, and she was royal, and her brother was like the pharaoh, whatever. So he raised him, and Moses was like a great guy, even though he came from like people who want to dominate a country and like treat people like slaves, and he's the one that, ended up, long story short, writing the Ten Commandments. But all of that actually started, though, he was royalty, and he was stripped of everything he had and became a slave. And the love of his life at the time was his false flame. Like, I don't want to say, I'm geared to say starter wife, but that's what I'm hearing. I wouldn't have said that. But he thought on all accords because of her royal position. And even this, I hate to say it, but there could be incest involved, because supposedly the family thought they were all related, right? Because they married in the family back then to keep everything together. They would marry in proximity. Like, she ended up marrying, I think, her brother or half brother or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Instead of Moses. Like, she was obligated to get married back in those days, so she ended up marrying, like, her brother. So I hate, like, that's sticking out very harshly. So I don't know if your ex family or your ex's, Nefertiri ex family had incestual things going on. But somebody that has heavy water placements, that was not using their crown chakra, that was not thinking about, biblical things in a good way, I would say, that was ignoring all the signs and the red flags. Maybe at some point both of them were. But it seems like maybe Nefertiri in this situation is, I just saw the scene of Moses and the Ten Commandments, right? Because that's a good movie also. And it's like what they call it, reimagined or whatever. It's like, it's obviously not updated. You're going to watch it and be like, are you serious? Like with some of the screen work. But I think it's very impressive for that age, for film to be able to have done that. The movie was like from the 30s or 60s, like at latest the 60s, but I do believe it was like the 30s or something. But anyway, I've watched it like a lot of times over the past 2 years for some reason, like more times than just Easter. So, yeah, I'm very familiar, because I've watched that and then slash it, with documentaries, because whenever I see people remake the movies of biblical stories, I like to like go look at like real life documentaries about it. So anyway, either which way, maybe that's something too. Y'all need to compare and contrast. Maybe the Moses in this situation, or a fault. I was gonna say a divine masculine, but the card, the way it felt like that. So maybe he used to be divine too, and he was a divine masculine, and he fell into the fiery pits of hell a little late with this false flame, because it seems like, yes, they're breaking up, or he may be leaving her, there's a divorce, or there's some type of finality, maybe because she abused power with him, maybe she abused power with a fire sign, maybe she also abused power with an earth sign, you know. It's just, it seems as though there was several breakups in this reading, but collectively, like, my loves, like me, you, divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine rising, like us that are minding the business that is paying us. I feel like we're having a biblical reference of creation, death to the rebirth, start over, new moon energy, looking on like greater horizons, whether we are single or in relationships currently, but whoever used to be connected to you, or it could be, I just heard someone, not that you dated, but maybe like a friend, and or you may have a friend that's going through this as well, that maybe was like a friend of the opposite gender, and y'all never got together or had like, maybe y'all have had like an intimate moment or two, right? But I don't think y'all were, I'm hearing, there was no commitment. There was a very heavy title of like y'all being like friends or best friends. You really care for each other or cared for each other or something. Like, it both seems like whoever these masculines seem to be that are from the past, one, they both might be your exes, but one was maybe, I wanted to say low grade. Oh my God. They both were low grade, I just heard, but maybe one was lower grade on the title. Like maybe one was just jump off a side nigga, or just somebody that you were really good friends with and nobody even knew y'all was jumping off. Or maybe everybody thought y'all was jumping off, type thing. Like, I'm just hearing a lot of references about scoring and bar hopping, and so this is somebody that, especially if like, you know, all my sober girlies and stuff, not to say, because I can go to I don't really like bars anymore, but I can go to a nice restaurant and sit at a bar and it's like, it's fine, but it's fun actually, because like you're more aware of what's really going on around you, and it's like, it's absolutely hilarious actually. Confirmation. I'm called out to the time, so that would be what, 6:29, so that would be 17 to start and Sarah all together, and then 94% on my phone battery, so that would be 13. So there may be heavy Scorpio in this reading, and or just Scorpio season. Maybe things have transpired, I'm hearing, that were red flags were given Scorpio season, like holidays. So maybe something, maybe you'll know this is somebody you used to deal with if you were talking to them around Thanksgiving, and maybe something happened that was like, I don't know, I'm hearing a blaring red flag should have been in front of their face. And maybe even other people reference it to him, because maybe I'm hearing a holiday, so maybe it was an event or Thanksgiving dinner or Halloween. Halloween. Yeah. Halloween is very very impertinent. So Joshua walks, and I told the Ten Commandments story, and we took such a side note to talk about that, because when I did the pre-shuffle, I pulled two. What I would call like my 10 commandment, or like my biblical cards, and I have some of them mixed in with my big bitch deck and my little bitch deck. So this one, it's all yellow, y'all, so y'all might not be able to see the words together. Oh, there. So yeah. So it says, Joshua walks the desert to find Moses. Moses saves him a third time. So, okay, so right, maybe there's a masculine, right, that we'll call him Moses for right now, the fallen Moses maybe, right? And in this instance, I think Moses has turned into Joshua, okay? Because I feel like Joshua, yes, I feel like Moses is, because Moses fell in this reading. Not what happened in the Ten Commandments, but I feel like in this reading, he went down with this woman somehow. And now there is a breakup because of that. Confirmation. My head is not all crazy, but like now he's finding his new Moses, or he needs guidance, or he needs the commandments, or he needs some type of spiritual biblical instruction. I just heard, damn, you was with a Jezebel that made you have to go get an exorcism? Maybe somebody's name starts with a J, a W, or a M, or a S, and I just heard Walker, Wilkinson, Joshua, Joe, David, and Jehovah's Witness. So dear Lord. So anyway, there's somebody might be feeling violence, a fire sign, violence alert. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, they're so fiery right now. They're hot. Again, a Leo, hot like fire. Okay, don't open the door. They are angry. Okay, so if you have like someone just they don't have to be a fire sign. They could have heavy fire in their chart, but I'm hearing specifically a fire sign. But it could just be for some of you, somebody from your past that you blocked or won't speak to, and they feel like they gotta march up to your door, or like I'm hearing, see, it's on site, like they gotta talk to you on site. I'm not feeling like I feel like it's not gonna start off violent, but I feel like if you talk to this person, it could get violent. Like they might approach you with vigor, right? But it ain't gonna be like fuck you. It might be like, listen, hey, yo, excuse me, no, can we? I'm da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, and then you might be like, I'm good, and then be like, bitch. Like then it might get like choke you. That's what I do. Some, and if this is a masculine hunting down a female Moses or whatever you got going on now, sir. So, oh, I get it. Moses to Joshua. So you went from somebody who may have been a quote unquote leader or teacher or looked at as such. Because people can be looked at those things and not be those things, right? There's false prophets, false leaders, fake people, whatever. Okay? So whatever the circumstance was, you may have been looked at as that or were that. Okay? And then now the fall from grace, you're not looked at as that, and you're searching through the desert for a teacher, and you want to bang on doors angrily. Like if somebody doesn't want to answer, are you violently mad? Do you need to be violently mad at somebody else here? Maybe the Jezebel Nefertiti. No, Nefertiti and Nefertiti are two completely separate things, and they're people and even situations and errors, but the story of Nefertiti and Nefertiti, just those two separate people, those two separate stories, and one is a goddess, one is a revolutionary, one is very known for good things, and of course everybody has a scattered past about some things, but one is just a cold-blooded killer, Jezebel, who was fucking and sucking. You feel me? So maybe, again, a man had a choice between a goddess and a concubine that was posing as a goddess. Maybe she had power moves, or she looked like she was divine. There was some trickery going on, and now either them or a group of thems is blaming each other. Okay. So I feel like this applies collective, because I can't stand when the reading starts off just so karmic, because it's like, this isn't really about me. I know, okay. Like, why we? But it's coming out in the energy, and for whatever reason, y'all do need to be warned. And again, you may need to be warned because somebody from your past, again, a soul tie figure that it has prominent masculine in their, like I said, in their chart. So they can be a masculine, or they could just be acting like a distorted masculine. That is a karmic feminine that may want to bang down your door because they're like, no, you need to give me the commandments I just heard. No, give them to me so I can just go get cleansed, go do dirt again. That's what I'm hearing. And it's just like, bitch, you need an exorcism so you can go out there and then reconvene with more demons. Yeah, fast. You're trying to do that quick. That's crazy. So there may be distance between, again, you and these people or persons, you don't talk to them. But I feel like this also applies to maybe what's also in place for some of you in the future that may resonate. Again, this whole reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But there is distance between long distance love, here and now, here or coming travel. So upcoming travel. So this is a double card, right? So it says some paths may want to close a gap. Okay, some people may want to build a bridge. It's just like, I mean, if you burnt it, you can't build anything from ashes. It's like, oh no, we can just get new metal and start first. Okay, so I don't know anything about mapping or bridge building. They don't even want me to talk about not mending. They want to mend fences, y'all. I just heard. So Fences, the movie with Denzel Washington, is very relevant. And in that movie, he was cheating on a woman and had a baby by somebody else. And then the bitch died. And he was all tore up and depressed. And then the other woman ended up just staying by his side, raising the other child. And oh my God. If that's somebody's storyline right now, quite personally, I'm sorry about that, because that doesn't seem ideal. I'm not judging you. We all have free will and choices. You're able to do whatever you like to do, but that just sounds like a setup for violence. Maybe the woman that's getting left because of all this skewed situations, or maybe a baby wasn't somebody's, or maybe a baby is somebody's, or maybe somebody is, and they like, I'm still leaving, and somebody gonna get violent. Somebody, male or woman. but they want to close the gap. It's a GPS good/stalking. So you may have a new love interest, divine masculine or divine feminine, that doesn't live close by. I'm hearing anywhere from like 3 to 7 hours away, and that could be driving. I heard it's quicker by flight. So I don't know what reference point that is to you. We're all different. I have viewership, thank God, so grateful for, like, in different foreign places and Europe. London be watching, like, hey, what's up, London? But no, for real, that has, like, what's up? Thank you so much for all the viewership everywhere. I love y'all so much. But I don't know, like, I don't know. And here's the thing, right? Like, I'm on the East Coast, so, like, for example, if I were to take a flight right now, like, just charter a jet and fly to Miami, I could be there in, what, like, I don't know, 50 minutes, 50 at most. I think maybe 70 minutes. Like, the flight says it's, like, however long, but you gotta think that's, like, takeoff and landing time. Like, you're actually in the air, like, I don't know, 70 minutes or some shit like that. And that's important, because I don't have access to a private, maybe I'm manifesting, right? I'm manifesting access. Manifesting my own, right? But I don't have a private jet yet. So maybe somebody will be jet setting I heard four to come get you or with you. So maybe this is a long distance lover with some long money. You know, there is some green on this card on the word good and distance. Maybe they'll close the gap of that distance with some dinero. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying a relationship based on dollars at all. But I will say, I'm just here to say, like, I feel like, I hate to say it like this, but only men that are really secure with themselves with money would understand what I'm about to say, which is, like, they probably already been through the bitches and the Jezebels and the hookers and the hoes that, like, tried to use them. So they're very aware. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, do I have money? Yes. In this economy, in this world, in any world, isn't this currency, like, a good thing? Can't we, like, buy more stuff that she, monitoring? So somebody wants to monitor your new relationship. Something, you know, I'm hearing, like, you know, she wants options. Of course, like, I'm not mad at, like, I'm hearing, like, a man with a tone of, like, of course she wants somebody stable. She's great. So, like, there's options to be had here type vibes. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to buy her. And on the feminine side, it's not like, oh, I want him for his money. No, it's just like, oh, so you happen to have a chat. Well, isn't that handy? Okay. You know what I mean? But it's not like, oh, so when you gonna take me and my friends and get a champagne and, oh, you wanna take me to, you know, wherever I can take Instagram pictures and, oh my God, is there seafood boils on the plane? No. This man, whoever this man is, he ain't looking for nothing. He don't like that. Like, the way my face is square, that he finds that shit very distasteful. Like, and he might be somebody who even, like, came from nothing to something. You know what I mean? Nothing to something. But he still don't want no ghetto ass bird. And not to say a reference culturally or anything like that. When I say that, I just mean, like, this person is not bougie, but he don't like no low class bitch, is what I'll say. He like to see that a woman can budget, I just heard. But he don't need her to be on no budget if that's his lady. So this is a very calculated King of Pentacles right here. That may be confirmation. Long distance from you, 640, that's 10. I don't know. I just heard there may be a distance and a gap in age as well. But yeah, if somebody's like seasoned, I'm hearing seasoned vet. Ooh. Did you see that gnat just smack me? Every time the past 2 reasons I came out here and New Love came up, all of us confirmation gnats came up and, like, was trying to swarm by my eyes and, like, stuff it. One, I rebuke any negativity towards New Love, okay? Anybody in the Divine Chosen Collective, my loves, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, has been doing the shadow work, and you're, you know, doing everything you can to stay a good person and establish your life, regardless of the size of your bank account. You know, you deserve love. Now, I will say, I do tell y'all all the time, masculine or feminine, there is such a thing as too broke to date. Confirmation. If your priorities aren't in order, if you're not taking your responsibilities, if you have children as a parent, all that other stuff. So maybe this is ex co-parent, maybe this is somebody who they were co-parenting with a Jezebel bitch. I don't, man, because every time certain things come up, the gnats come up, and I'm just like, oh, the karmics don't like hearing about nothing good, because they trifling. They so fucking trifling, y'all. It's either way, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I had like 3 cups of coffee before I came on here, y'all. I'm so sorry. I was tired, but either which way, yeah. That was like a lot of downloads just on that one card. So get a mass energy, but the wrath isn't coming from below. God allowed the angels of war to get all of them. Okay, so maybe a fire or earth and a water sign in particular are being hit with the wrath of God right now because of some dumb shit they was doing. In the past, present, extremely non-committal. Confirmation, future. So maybe in the future, you and somebody will be very committed, right? The opposite. And maybe, I mean, somebody wasn't committal in their past, and maybe I'm hearing that's why they took a significant break from dating. So like that could happen, and that's somebody doing shadow work, an example of somebody healing. That's not really a red flag, it's kind of a green one. Now if somebody is just like, oh yeah, me and my ex broke up, I just moved out 2 weeks ago, oh I'm in love with you 2 days from now, like that's a homosexual. Okay. That feels like an extremely confrontational. I just heard fire sign that's non-committal. Can a man judge God? Fuck no. The card says no. Confirmation. You hear the bird tweet? The bird said, no, fuck no. No, you cannot. Okay, it's not like a thing. I mean, you could try, you could think it, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't even, confirmation, I wouldn't recommend the thought because God hears your thoughts, right? So that would be very offensive. Maybe a fire sign has offended God. Like, I think they all have offended God. That's why God's about to get them, or has gotten them, or is in the process of going and getting them. But yeah, they offended God. I wanted to say they offended Jesus Christ as well. You know, that's never good. That's never good. You done offended everybody that matters, and that's what people don't realize. They're like, oh, my group, I hear my group that I bang with, they fuck with what I do. They like that shit. They think it's cool. Okay, well, God don't think it's cool, and Jesus Christ certainly don't. So it really don't matter what 2 or 10 or 5 or 50 or 15 or 82 or 85 or 28 or 97 or 112. 14 different regions and or houses, lofts, what is that? Clubhouses. It don't matter. Your whole lineage and their families will just be looking at God, looking at y'all like y'all some goddamn reverse emperors, apparently. Which is a father figure or a leader figure. It could be an older masculine, but it could just be somebody that, you know, is supposed to take the role as like head of a house, head of an organization, head of a household, head of a coven. I said, oh, you a coven member? Ooh, oh, you was head of a coven. Look at you turned upside down and shit. The grips of life, the paws of God up on you. You don't know what the fuck's going on because you took a foolish decision. You said, oh, I'm going to take a new start into fuck shit. I'm going to just dive headfirst into fuck shit. You was like, oh yeah, the sun is down there. That's always where the sun is. The sun isn't in the sky as the little bird that flies over there. No, the sun isn't in the sky. We're idiots. The sun is in the ocean. Is that what you thought? So maybe a water sign be upside down in their thoughts. Did your silly ass think the sun was down in hell? Or you just hate the sun and wanted to bury it, I just heard. Oh, you wanted to bury Sun God Ra? You crazy, girl. You were exposed about this? There was heavy sun exposure. Ra said, I think not. No. That's what happened? You got exposed? There's some light being shed on this. Y'all got too close, flying too high, close to the sun, got burnt up by an empress. Y'all was messing around, doing stuff against the empress. Confirmation. 646 is very prevalent. 88. Maybe somebody born in 88 that did something. An earth sign born in 88 did something against the empress. She's a reverse empress. She's actually, in this reading, a reverse Queen of Wands. But there is a reverse Empress in the reading, so that could be the water sign. But this earth sign, this nasty, filthy dog bitch. Okay? God going dog walk her so hard, her kids gonna feel it. If they even exist. This is the type of bloodline you just throw out the window. Just whoops, jumping out the window. That's what I heard. What was that song? That's 09. So 2009 can be significant. Maybe this fucked up couple met in 2009 or something prevalent about 09. Either way, I don't care how long this been going on or what you think you've been doing since 2000. You've been doing spell work on a nigga since 2009? With your nasty ass? That must have been some hefty, heavy spell work, or that nigga was retarded. Because how your nasty, ugly ass do all that? So I can't even give you all the credit. He must have been slow from the start. Or you had some vigilant help from what? Old bitches that got they niggas bonded to him the same way, lady. You nasty, filthy bitch. You filthy. God don't like you, bitch. You under judgment, bitch. You understand? You and all them niggas. And some bitches too. They don't care about the age. Whole family. Every family involved. Known or unknown, seen or unseen, heard or unheard, whatever y'all did. Judgment. You see that shit? You see that shit? Do that look pleasant? Does that look pleasant? That don't look good. That don't look no good. You in the Ten of Swords? Ten of Swords is death, illness, terminal illness, no way out, jail, long time, lifetime, fed time. That came up in a reading like several days ago. Fed time, yes. You upset? You're insane in the membrane. You went past the Nine of Swords. You just like, fuck it. Life may be over. I just heard, okay, woo. I just heard you flew out the cuckoo's nest. I mean, you trying to fly away from a bird brain bitch now? I don't know if that's going to help. This reverse King of Cups. This sassy nigga with an attitude. Okay? Unless you thought you was from, so maybe somebody from Compton. Maybe somebody got the initials N-W or A in the first, middle, or last of their name. You thought you was cold as ice, right? Yeah, that's what you thought. That's what you thought. That's what you thought. You're coming out as a menace, my nigga. A violent menace. Annoying peasantry, violent. And there's not even a lot of masculine energy in this reading coming off the man. It's the bitches. These hoes is manly. Whoa. And this nigga seems a bit zesty. Princess treatment ass nigga. Past confirmation. He probably don't got no car. Passenger princess ass nigga. All emotional and shit. Reverse King of Cups. Not stable at all. This motherfucker insane in the membrane. I just heard personality disorder. Confirmation. I just heard Jeffrey Dahmer. This nigga's a crazy person. Pay attention to what this sign is on the bottom, because I be forgetting. There's two signs there that are very prevalent at the bottom. Okay, y'all. Did I give y'all all the cards from this? Yes. Let me see. I guess I'll pull a couple of oracle cards really quick from the little bitch deck, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I am gonna do another small reading. Like when I say small, I mean mini, like shorter. Another short reading tonight, under the moon energy, and I'm gonna be very specific and ask just about manifestations and what we should be working on collectively and what we foresee honestly for like the next 6 months, so we can get more of like a headspan on where things are going, just collectively, what comes out in the reading individually, possibly if something resonates, and just like where the energy of like what's going on atmospherically, right? And I understand this is a storyline, this isn't just a storyline. I mean, like, it's not real. I mean, a storyline, like, there is a timeline where so much of this bullshit is just continuing to happen because people didn't jump timelines with other people. People didn't, like, meaning when, like, if you break up with somebody and it was a separation, but it didn't have to be, or whatever, or even if it was permanent, but you decided whether y'all got back together or not, you grew as a person. That person didn't grow. That person actually digressed. Or even if that person stayed single, like confirmation, like you two were able to be cordial and you both grew, right? This is a situation where you're the person collective, whether it's your friends, your family, your ex, whatever, your ex-husband, whatever. And some of y'all, even your kids, like your adult kids, you grew. So you like kind of quantum leap timelines. You're like, I'm ready for the future because even though I don't fully know what's going to happen, I know I'm with God, I know I'm divine, I know I'm doing the right thing. And like, we're in a 5D space right now, right? And then confirmation with that faint ringing in the background. And then we have another timeline that's like, I hate to say beneath us, but it is. It's not something we resonate with anymore. And at the same point, it's kind of previous to us. It's like when you run into somebody stuck in a fucking time loop or some shit, and they looking at you and you looking at them, and they don't even physically look the same to you, which that could be also something. Take what resonate, leave what don't. Like, some of these people, you haven't seen them in a long time, and maybe that's why the look is different, but it should, like, if you haven't seen somebody in a year or 2 years, it shouldn't, confirmation, be such a look in their face, in their bone structure, their body, that you have to take a double take because you don't recognize them. That, I would say, meaning, like, the Ten of Swords, maybe somebody is terminally dying, or has an illness, or has something they contracted, or has something that has them looking faded, I just heard. Or maybe somebody's a crazy drug addict at this point, compared to whatever they were, like, you know them to do whenever you knew them. But there are several people, or one particular person, that maybe wants to see you but isn't seeing you because their looks are drastically different, and or embarrassed by that, and or I feel like they may get upset. That's the violent part too, that some people may get upset when you see them, even just because as soon as you might just, out of your caring nature, if you're caring, but at the same point you don't talk to that person anymore, you still might be like, yo, is you good? And they're gonna be like, I'm fucked, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoever this person is, it seems like they're very defensive about everything going on with them. So it doesn't just have to be, with a pain right here. Like, it brings them pain to their chest, confirmation with the birth. They're in pain about whatever their circumstances are. And it's multitudes of circumstances, sadly. I'm not trying to laugh, but it's like, no, it's not me laughing, y'all. Like, the ancestors is like, yeah, you're fucked up. And I'm like, okay. I told y'all I'm trying to be nice. But they're really fucked up right now. And there's a couple people that's mad at y'all, or mad because they want your help, or mad because you just don't exist in their fucked up space and you're not fucked up too, or they're mad because they look older now and you look younger now, or they're mad because, like, you found your passion, your focal point, I just heard, and they're, like, wandering around thinking they're fucking space cadets, like, thinking they were really having motion, but it was just movement, right? It wasn't motion. Motion gets you to a destination eventually. Motion gets you to, like, where you're supposed to be propelled to go. Inertia out this bitch. Like, whatever they were doing was, like, I don't know. Think about it like playing hopscotch or jumping jacks, right? There's a lot of movement when you're doing jumping jacks, but you're in the same fucking place, right? You're doing a lot of flailing around. So maybe somebody's having a whole blown tantrum. I'm seeing, like, y'all, some of my people that are oldie but goodies like myself, like, not where they're old, but older, like 30 plus. What was it? Kids play, child's play, or whatever, where the boy was real bad. I'm seeing the Terminator movie, not Terminator, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kindergarten Cop. I'm seeing Kindergarten Cop, and I'm also seeing that movie with the redhead bad boy, and he was a real bad little kid, and his dad kept not, and Dennis the Menace, like, all those different movies where kids was, like, real crazy like that is coming to my head from the 90s right now. So maybe somebody's having a full-blown childish blowout, crash out confirmation episode. Like, somebody's crashing the fuck out. Okay, so let me just pull a couple cards. So 89, 8, 95, 59, 1985, 2001, 2007 to 2011, 11. Didn't I tell y'all 09 has some significance? So that's a gap time frame in there. 1922 to 1929. So this could be somebody's grandmother, great grandmother also involved, or energy of in the reading, like ancestrally. 3553, 12, Ireland, 12 p.m., 12 a.m., 82, 28, 72, 27. All numbers, I do believe, not all of them I called out, but most of them I did call out. Let's see. I feel like I'm supposed to take these two, not these, because that was a pile. So somebody has baddie vibes, okay? Divine feminine. Oh, shoot. Maybe I got baddie vibes. It matches me, and the bug just jumped on me as soon as I said that. Thank you. I am a baddie. But yeah, somebody got baddie vibes, okay? And maybe a group of men is mad at women in general with baddie vibes, authoritative vibes, I just heard, empress vibes, dark feminine vibes. Nigga, fuck y'all. They're ill-minded. They're mad you won't fuck them. Some of them hate women because of mommy issues and you won't sleep with them. And some of them may be gay or DL. Maybe a fire sign, water sign, an earth sign in particular is looking at you crazy for one of those three reasons. Maybe all three of them for some. Maybe somebody's sexually confused, I just heard. Maybe this person's a Leo or has heavy Leo in their chart. Or somebody affiliated with this reading is or I heard more than one party. So it could be a masculine and a feminine that's born in August, and one may be a Leo, one may be a Virgo. Wise men remain teachable. So there was a water sign that didn't, male or female, feels like a woman in distorted masculine energy. She did not remain teachable. She was like, lessons from who? Why? No, I know everything. She thought she was omnipresent. The bitch is a retard. Okay, slow. The woman is slow. All right, she ain't too bright up here. All right, don't got no vision or no sight. Maybe she thought she was a visionary. That's crazy. Okay, so collective, you walk it like you talk it, 365, period. Okay, so it might be an air sign, the earth sign. Y'all definitely walk it like you talk it. We're air sign and earth sign heavy in charge right now. But you walk it like you talk it. You walk it like you talk it, 365, 366 on a leap year. Like, you do what you gotta do. So Stephanie, James, Tammy, Stacks, the money or the name, contracts, Shelly, Mercy, the cat, like referencing Kim Kardashian, little cat that Kanye bought her. So somebody may have a cat, or somebody just gifted somebody a cat, or somebody may, I heard, look at you instead of a black cat. It's like a pretty Parisian white cat. Oh my God, that's very specific. Grace, and that's the name and giving someone grace, and Michelle. Cold collective, cold flu vinegar, lemons, garlic, ginger, limes, beets, apple cider vinegar, onions, mint, and rosemary. So somebody may in the collective be, the weather's changing up all crazy everywhere. The kids all getting around different events. Maybe people just got to touch a cold, or this case may refer to somebody needing holistic healing added to, I heard, whatever medication regimen they have for the illness that may have came up in the reading earlier. So Middle America, South Dakota, North Dakota, South Carolina, North Carolina, California. So I did say Compton, Arizona. Okay. And I am hearing Z and A are heavy initials for someone's first, middle, or last name. Double confirmation with the A. So there's more than one person with the A, first, middle, or last initial. Let's see. Maybe a fire sign, or was doing this with a fire sign, or they were very passionate about having sex with your friend or your family member. Maybe that's how they got each other sick, or something. Not your problem, right? Just like, that's just our turn. That's not my problem. That's just not my problem. Collective, we so cool. It's like, oh, you fuck my ex, fuck my baby dad, you fuck two of my exes. Okay, cool. How's your pussy doing? Because I got away from all that. My pussy's clean. How is yours? I feel like that's where we're at, collective, for the divine feminines. That's like, oh, you fucked him? Yeah, knew that. Yeah. You fucked him after I stopped. That should have been a warning for you. Okay. They live in a false sense of reality, possibly an earth sign, or they live in a false sense of reality about an earth sign. Okay? Maybe the person that was having sex with your man lived in a false sense of reality. Maybe the bitch thought she was you. She was like, oh, I'm Starseed Earth Angel. That's me. That's me. I'm a deluded Queen of Wands. It's me. It's me. Or it could be a copycat, and he fucking the copycat friend or family member. Because that nasty nigga fucking everybody. So he could have fucked your friend and your family, and he fucking the Queen of Wands friend or family. Either way, there's a lot of divorcing, and there's a lot of I've been left that behind. Sounds like a whole lot of not my problem. Because y'all live in a lot of false realities, okay? That's what I just heard. This is stupid. Like, hilarious stupid. Like, y'all, all this bullshit y'all did, y'all should have just wrote a script. There's a money idea, free jam. Instead of having sex magic with people with STDs and all this other weird shit you're doing, trying to call back in exes and call in money. You're calling in more dirty filth. Because both y'all energies is nasty. Everybody in this reading except the divine, which the divine isn't in this reading, we're just referenced in this reading, confirmation. Y'all energy nasty. I think the moon is going to cleanse it out. Very excited. Yes, it'd be safer to play in traffic, said Shaq Meg, Yemaya, Oshun, and Isis. Confirmation. Just go play in traffic, bitch. I heard play in your raggedy mama pussy. All of that would be quite safer than playing with Divine Chosen Collective. All of that would be safer. You know what I mean? All of that. Yeah, maybe somebody needs to go to the beach. Maybe somebody resonates with water deities. I just heard, okay? Maybe I heard water deities are laughing at a bitch. Oh, dear Lord. You got mermaids laughing at you, girl. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. So you hate the mirror. It says, hates the mirror, bad self-image. I know this isn't my divine chosen, divine masculine, divine feminine don't hate the mirror, so you hate the mirror. Somebody karmic, again, earth sign, very heavy earth sign, hates the mirror. They have a bad self-image. And I heard they're aging rapidly and they look ugly. So, I mean, I guess that would be appropriate. I don't know. Maybe a reversal of a beauty spell, a backfire on some glamour magic you did on yourself. You know you wasn't pretty to begin with, girl. I heard. You know you wasn't born with looking good. Stop it, girl. That's what I heard. Collective, I don't know why they won't move around. That's the whole energy we have. It's like, I'm going to end it on this card because that's the energy we have, Divine Collective. I don't know why they just won't move around. but you don't care. Okay? Who, what, or how they do. You're like, oh, they got sick. Okay. Oh, somebody died. Okay. Oh, they got their kids stuck. Damn. I hope the kids are safe. Prayers for the children. Stuff is breaking down. Ooh, shit. Business is falling. Damn. Decrease in revenue for y'all. Ooh. You know, that's all I'm hearing. And it's like, I mean, sorry, but not sorry. We don't care. And it's not to be selfish or anything. It's just like, did you do a whole bunch of weird stuff before you left, and now you want to circle back after all these calamities and monstrosities of different things that have occurred with all these different slut-butt concubine people in this reading, including somebody's mammy? There's a couple of old bitches here that was concubine nasty whores in their heyday. Hair day? Maybe they were harems. They were part of harems in their day. Coven called harems. Okay? And they got their children in harems and all this. This is nasty. Okay? Okay? This is nasty. And we don't care. It's not our problem. That didn't I tell you? So we don't care about that. We don't care what you do, how you do it, who you do it with, or how you do it, or how. We don't care. Okay? So I don't know why y'all won't move around. Okay? Maybe there's a fire and an earth sign in particular that need to move the fuck around. From a feminine. I'm sorry, this is pink. Maybe a feminine earth sign needs to move around, or maybe you're a feminine earth sign. Listen, these people, ooh, y'all, and then a big old ant, somebody annoying y'all, a big old carpenter ant thing just on my cars. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands reverse just flew on the ground. Places near or far: Alabama, Louisville, Kentucky, Jacksonville, Florida, Montego Bay, Trinidad Island off the coast of Japan, Okinawa. Confirmation with Instagram there. Maybe somebody of any of those descents are from those places. Is, you know, some things that's happening on Instagram or is affiliated with this reading. But I'll be back later, y'all. Let the winds cleanse you off. It's a beautiful energy. It's a loving day. You know, if you haven't been doing the right things, I wouldn't suggest manifesting today. But if you've been doing, you know, you've been handling your business. I'm hearing say a little prayer for you. Ever, you never, instead of my heart, and I will love you together forever. And I hear that long distance person saying that's how they feel about you. So listen, y'all, I gotta go.